Hello and welcome back to Aries Tarot. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. So this is going to be what we're looking at is how are they feeling about you and what is the action they're most likely going to be taking towards you next. Now bear in mind when I say they, it is going to be the person who's coming through strongest in the reading for you today. So sometimes I might, come to a tarot reading with one particular person on my mind, but the message that comes through might be about somebody else, so just bear that in mind. It's also a timeless reading. It's for whenever you come across it. It is a general reading, it's not a personal one, so anything if I say it doesn't resonate for you, please leave it for somebody else, that's no worries. Also, when I say what is the most likely action this person's going to take towards you next, we all do have free will, so what I'm asking here from the cards is the majority most likely, given the energy going on around, the connection going on, what is it then they're most likely going to do next. But yeah, as I said, we all have free will, so that is not guaranteed, obviously, as with all tarot readings. So anything I'm saying, if it resonates for you with the roles reversed, go ahead and reverse them. If you're new to the channel, then huge welcome. Thank you so much for trying me out. And if you're a returning subscriber, then welcome back. Thank you for the amazing support, all the likes, the lovely comments, and I really appreciate all of you, so thank you so much. Let's see, at the bottom of the deck, which I consider kind of our overall energy to bear in mind for everyone, as although we are all individuals, we are all connected. We are a collective as well. So this is like an overall energy that speaks to, in some way, can be impacting all of us, or like a running theme through everyone's message for today. And today it's the Two of Swords. But this is an interesting Two of Swords card because it's basically someone... there is an obstacle, there's a blockage, but it's someone choosing whether to stand up and fight and face that blockage. Here it's kind of slaying a serpent. Obviously the other side of it is that sometimes somebody could choose to try and avoid and just accept that the path is blocked rather than standing up and speaking their truth, or standing up to, face their fear in some way and confront the blockage head on. Let's see. Underneath that we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles, good grief. Wow. Knight of Swords and the Ten of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. Jesus. See, this is that's fascinating because that is effectively absolutely incredible combination. Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. That is incredible. But it's interesting because it's blocked. It's like there's something standing in the way of a lot, of amazing abundance, love, happiness, a new journey. It's almost like a journey of what gets to come with you, for you to start that new journey, and what needs to be left behind or cut off. For some, there could be a choice, and making a choice to move forward in one direction means letting go of another direction completely. Because the Two of Swords can also talk about making a decision but we're trying not to make it, or we don't know what decision to make, so that also causes a hiatus, a stalemate. But this would be like holding yourself back from a lot of incredible momentum and stunning energy here. A lot to be very happy and grateful for. But it involves, there's some sort of something that needs to be dealt with first to unlock all of that, is what I'm getting. The other end, we have the Knight of Wands, the Seven of Cups, the Hermit, Ace of Swords, the Four of Cups, Four of Swords. Wow. This combination of this Knight of Wands and Seven of Cups feels like there's an energy here of being in a very chaotic, fractured energy, of being all over the place, being it's almost like somebody in a dysregulated, like their nervous system is dysregulated, or like they're living in survival mode. or just trying to get through and like get away from demons, even like their inner demons. It's escapist, but it's also, there's a lot of fear here with this Seven of Cups. So it's almost like someone is behaving very chaotically. They have been letting chaos drive. Again, I'm sorry guys, you're not going to pick this up with my camera and this deck, but there's a little, I actually don't know if I've noticed this before, but there's a little like a soot sprite or a shadow sprite that is almost actually riding in charge of the direction of this horse. The knight on this horse almost thinks that he is the one pulling the reins and kind of choosing the direction, but there's a little sprite who's almost invisible, but like a little shadow who's actually who's the one who's really in charge. So this is what I was actually just thinking more about this combination with the Seven of Cups, of someone kind of running around to avoid facing something. But it's almost like there's been like a shadow side that's been driving. Okay. All right, so that was a interesting collective message. Aries, so today you have your base card of how are they feeling about you, what action they're most likely going to take towards you next. You have the Five of Pentacles. Obviously a trickier card to start off with. The Fire's column for this spread today is itself very difficult. You've got a very depleted star card. You've got a Page of Pentacles who's coming through as like a peasant in this particular deck, and then you have the Five of Pentacles as well. So initially, I would say they may feel like they have been cast out by you from some sense of stability and security, and kind of a situation where they felt very like they could relax. They felt very comfortable. So they may now feel like they're out on their own potentially, or they're out in the cold. For others, this Five of Pentacles card, to be fair, does show someone choosing to leave that comfort and security, because obviously there are other things that come with it. There are restrictions, there are rules, there's control. So in some ways, depending on the context, this person can be walking away by choice to have the freedom, even if they don't have the luxuries that were afforded to them when they stayed. So let's see which direction this goes. I'm going to start by getting some oracles for you. So tell me more about how are they feeling about Aries. Oh, time, waiting, cycles, moments. Pain, apprehensive, afraid, cautious. Apology is at the bottom of the deck. Forgiveness, return, sorry. So, oh my goodness, what's going on with the cards for you? Divine Feminine. I was going to say that maybe they feel nervous as to whether now is the time to offer some sort of apology and try and make a return into the warmth for some of you, or if they should give you more time. Exhaustion, depletion, drained, long journey. That came out for Leo as well, and it's literally what I was talking about, the depleted star for Sag. So they're worn out. They have almost no energy left. Maybe they feel like this has gone on for a long time. There's almost been an endurance test that whilst they've been out on their own, out in the cold, and they feel like they can't take it much longer, but they're nervous that you might not accept some sort of return or apology from them. Tell me more, please, for Aries. Releasing, letting go, moving on, walking away. Why? Obsession, infatuation, adoration, addiction. Conflict is at the bottom of the deck. Clashing, differences, incompatibility. So either they may be concerned that you have released them in the time whilst they've been, you might have let this go already, or they you guys could have had some sort of conflict or clash or incompatibility over something that they couldn't get over, they couldn't let go. Good grief. Heart fog and emotional storm came out and landed on each other. Heart fog says mixed signals, blocked emotions, messed up. Emotional storm, turmoil, unstable. I mean, this person feels like they're at their limit. Yeah, I mean, the bottom of the deck is curse, negative mind, but like all of this, it's like they're overflowing with, I don't know if it's emotion or distortion. Underneath it is clinging, holding on, obsessing, again, spying. Underneath that is stress, turbulence, tension, arguments. I just don't really feel like they can take their emotional state much longer, Aries. I feel like they were, the other card that came out was hoping, but it says expecting on it, and it came out on top of time. I think that they were expecting that they would be welcomed back in. I mean, for some of you, you might even still be together, but someone's in the freezer, even if you're together. Like, that, I think this person is not very good with their emotions, with that combination. They may bottle things up until they explode, or they don't know how to communicate their feelings, or even to understand their own feelings is actually what I'm getting. Let's get into the tarot. How is this person feeling about Aries, please? How is this person feeling about Aries? Five of Swords came out sideways. Another five. The deck split when that came out to show the Four of Swords and the Five of Cups. I mean, the silence is killing them. Oh my god, there's another five. Underneath the moon is the Five of Wands. Is that all of them? Five of Cups, Five of Wands, Five of Swords, Five of Pentacles. This person is on the struggle bus big time, Aries. But it's like they don't know, because there's silence between the two of you. If you're going to bite their head off, if the argument is still ongoing, if you've let some sort of argument go, or you've been kind of marinating in the argument or the anger the entire time you haven't been talking. What's with this Five of Swords, please? It's like they are not sure if they can have a conversation with you. Oh wow, the Four of Wands in reverse with the Sun. I don't know if you guys, this is someone that you went through a divorce with. Justice is at the bottom of the deck, and which can talk about, you know, legal balancing out of a situation. But the Four of Wands is also like that home that I was talking about with this, like the comfort, the security. For some of you, this could be not a romantic connection. It could be a family connection. So this could be someone who had a massive family falling out, who chose to leave. Let's see. Why the Four of Wands in reverse? The Hierophant. Oh. So there was a clash about values, tradition, potentially religion. The path for the future of the connection, or the path for the future of this person, if this is like family. This feels like someone who wanted to go off on their own. Why the Hierophant? Oh, King of Pentacles in reverse. Jeez Louise. King of Pentacles is Earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, but in reverse. Could be someone who either is terrible with money, really, in a hell of a lot of debt, potentially, or just doesn't save, doesn't invest, is very careless, or it can also be someone who's like, that's all that matters, like some sort of superficial thing about having, you know, just earning a lot of money, and maybe even holding money over other people to control them. Five of Cups came out in reverse on top of Emotional Storm, and then Nine of Pentacles. It's funny. They weren't sad when they had a lot of money. They weren't sad when they felt stable, and they felt I mean, obviously they weren't sad. You know, that's a pretty good position to be in, the Nine of Pentacles. But it's like their emotions didn't matter, is more my point. This isn't they were happy, because that would have come out with the Ten of Cups, but they could kind of suppress their unhappiness when they felt, you know, secure and financially doing really well. Or just even doing really well about themselves. It doesn't have to necessarily be money, although that is a running theme with the fact they now feel like they're in the Five of Pentacles. It feels like this person chose to leave or go, like, walk away from you in one way or another, Aries. Friend, family, or love relationship here. They were doing pretty good on their own, but they've made some bad choices. They've also lost their way in terms of what matters. Lost their moral compass a little bit, I want to say. They may have got themselves attached to some very disruptive, almost devil frequency energies of, I'm almost getting someone who got into like banker boys, you know. In London we have Canary Wharf, but I don't know what the global equivalent is, but you know, the stock traders, like very, oh my god, what was that film, Christian Bale, American Psycho. It's a classic. But you know, like with the business cards, I'm seeing that scene in my head. I don't know, just like they really lost, because at the bottom of the deck as well is the Seven of Pentacles, and then underneath it is the Seven of Swords. I'm getting like a fool and his money are very quickly parted, basically, with this person. But also there was some sort of morality that they also separated themselves from. The obsession for this person that could have been, you know, the clash between the two of you, they could have been obsessed with superficial, like, listen, I'm a Capricorn, I'm not gonna get up on my soapbox to anyone about enjoying the finer things in life and working really hard to earn a good wage, because I'm a Capricorn, come on, that would be highly hypocritical. But it just feels like someone who lost themselves in the process. Maybe there was something to do about, you know, shining the brightest. Anyway, but getting back to you, Aries, how are they feeling about Aries now? Page of Swords in reverse. They don't know how to say something. They don't know how to get... They want you to find out that they need you without them saying it. How are they feeling about Aries, please? Judgment. Wow. They feel like if you warned them in some way in the past, Aries, that this was the path that they were setting themselves on, they feel like they have, that you're going to judge them very harshly. This is like, this person doesn't want to hear, I told you so. But at the same time, they feel like it's heavily deserved. Anything else about how they're feeling about Aries, please? There's the Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, Seven of Cups. This is a keeping up appearances. That it's almost like they feel like they want to wait, you know, with this time. Like, should I reach out to Aries now? Should I apologize? Is now the right time? They're apprehensive. They're in a whole emotional shitstorm, frankly. I feel like they may want to wait and keep up appearances and like see if they can work things out for themselves. But they're surrounded by, I don't know who the hell this person has surrounded themselves with, but they are not good characters. This is someone who's surrounded themselves with phony, superficial, like they are in a den of snakes. I don't know if they literally do work in the stock market, because yeah, but this is like a very toxic environment is what I'm talking about. This is a, you know, smile in your face, stab you in the back tomorrow environment. But they're almost, with this combination, they're like, maybe if I hold out a bit longer, maybe I can get my ducks in a row. Maybe I don't need to apologize or acknowledge to Aries that, you know, they were right, because I don't want them to say that to me. Let's get this one. So what action is this person most likely going to take towards Aries? This is giving me someone who has lost some kind of softness, some wholesome quality to them. And when they're miserable, or when they have been miserable, they have numbed that by going out and buying something. Or even if they've, you know, this is a family member and they've been with a partner who is, you know, the toxic environment I was talking about, in terms of like the partner will buy them something when they're miserable to control them. Could be that as well. But if that is the case, they don't want to come back to their family and be like, you were right, I never should have left you to be with them, because it's, yeah, they've just lost something about themselves. So what action, if any, are they most likely going to take towards Aries? What action? Thank you. 9. Shut up. 9 of Pentacles came out, and the 5 of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. Listen, they're already out, because 5 of Pentacles is the base card, and 9 of Pentacles, obviously I talked to you about already. The action is, even if they are on the struggle bus, they're going to act as if everything's great. And they could have, like, they could be fine financially. This is the thing. It feels more like their soul versus their bank account. It is possible to, I'm not saying like, it is possible to have good money flow and also have a really good soul. So it's not that, but this person is sacrificing emotional satisfaction for their obsession with status, basically. So what action? This to me is action is they're going to carry on and be like, no, everything's great. Did you see my new car? No, I don't miss home. No, I don't miss my friends. Any action that they're going to take towards Aries next, please? The Fool. Oh my god, after all that shuffling, the 5 of Pentacles is back at the bottom of the deck. Why the Fool? This is still like them turning their back and going off and having going on a new avenue, a new chapter, a new journey elsewhere. And also like the way she's like covering her face with her hands, like this person doesn't want to see the reality. Action, they're most likely the Moon on top of the 9 of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups. It's an illusion, man. It's an illusion that they have everything. Hanged Man. No change from everything I've described. This is someone who they're in such a dark place. Their soul is in such a dark place. That basically, Aries, what we've got is them wavering, like coming through and being like, maybe, do you think it's too late? Do you think it's the right time for me to reach out to Aries and tell them how I feel and tell them how much I want to come home? But the action is no, like currently for the time being. The cards I can see when the Hanged Man came out, me talking about like no change. This Hanged Man is basically saying in terms of action, this person has more to endure, to learn, because for things to change. And I can see the Nine of Wands and the Devil and the Ace of Swords. Basically, yeah, look, I was talking about status. Underneath the Nine of Wands is the Six of Wands. This person does not want to give up the perception others have of them. So they're going to let that perception basically own them with the Devil. Even if they're kind of aware of it at this point, the Ace of Swords. This is like basically keeping up with the Joneses. They are choosing that over sacrificing their emotional stability and potentially their soul. Oh my God. So that's what I've got for you this time, Aries. Thank you so much for being here and watching. Please do hit the thumbs up button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to. I'd love to have you. And if it did resonate at all, or if you just want to leave a comment to say thank you, I'm always very grateful for that. And I will speak to you soon.